Hi guys, what's up YouTube family? Ian and Jess checking back in. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are one step closer to your dreams and goals. Hope you guys are falling in love. So guys, today's video we're going to be talking about the most talked woman right now, which is Katharine Birbalsingh, the Oxford graduate, the super academic, the woman that is being attacked by the Islamists. For those of you who don't know, let's take a really quick look at her school called Michaela.
Sometimes I think people think about Michaela and they think, oh gosh, is it really mean? And are all the teachers like bouncers? And of course, it's nothing like that. What's key about Michaela is that the teachers are in charge. They're in charge of the children's learning and they lead that. And the children then feel safe in that environment to be able to put their hands up and answer loads of questions. The children know that we're with them, and the children trust us. The teachers love them, the children love them back. I think teachers come here because they really believe in the bigger mission. They know that we're trying to transform the lives of these children in the inner city. Teachers come here because they want to change the world. We believe very much in the idea of personal responsibility. We want our children to feel personally responsible for who they are and to know that they own that. They own who they are, and whoever they become, they are the captain of their souls.
So guys, you can see that these children are going down the line of success and discipline. These are the youths that are going to shape the nation. And at the end of the day, they are getting the highest level of treatment and education that's possible, which is the dream of every mother and father. It's the goal and dreams of every parent, because their children will destroy the cursed cycle of poverty and deprived community type of situations, right? So this school, Michaela, has been created by Katharine Birbalsingh in a very deprived criminal type of neighborhood where people are malevolent and against education. And at the end of the day, the success that this school has brought, the parents should be astounded. They should be baffled about how a woman could come into a neighborhood and give underprivileged kids from very terrible backgrounds the ability to chase their goals and dreams and become the best of the best. But guys, as we spoke about before, Islam is a disease. It destroys and infects the mind of people who even have logic and reasoning. That's how powerful it is. The fact that a young girl was denied prayers in the school and her parents had the audacity to say, hey, you know what, we're going to get a lawyer and take this to the high court because no one should be able to ban prayer. Well, at least 50% of the population of the school is Muslim children, right? And we all know that upon signing the contract of going to this school, you sign the contract that says no prayers allowed in the school. So the parents already know what's going on. But why is this important, guys? This is important because remember who's funneling the money. Saudi Arabia owns a lot of property in London. They're using the oil money to buy it up so they can own the properties and own neighborhoods and own all these provinces in London and taking over the UK. They're using oil money to slowly take it over. And they're the ones that are funneling money into the organizations that are using and putting pressure on the parents to be able to attack these schools to implement and push Sharia law, right? Because if the parents already knew in the first place that they weren't going to be allowed prayers and they accepted it, how come all of a sudden they decided to do this? Because someone is pulling the strings of the puppet behind the shadows. They're the ones that are trying to start conflict, and these are the jihadists. These are the Sharia law advocates. Just like we saw on the Piers Morgan show, if you guys remember, that one doctor who is a UK famous doctor, and he's talking about agreeing with jihad, and now he's put on leave, right? We all know that. You can look at it really quickly here if you don't remember.
Took part in a talk on YouTube, and you said this.
Brave Mujahideen, they gave the enemy a punch on the nose. All right? And it's a very welcome punch on the nose.
How can you categorize a terror attack in which 1,200 mostly innocent civilian people were brutally attacked, raped, tortured, beheaded, and murdered? How can you, a British NHS doctor or NHS doctor in Britain, how can you say that's a welcome punch on the nose?
And where are they learning this from, guys? The Quran, the Hadiths, Prophet Muhammad. He's the one that's teaching them this, right? They're following their religion. Because if they follow Jesus Christ, they would be loving and they would have all of that malevolence and all of that hate taken away, and they would have come to the light, right? We all know this. But Muhammad is the one that taught them this, and the Quran is their source of this. In the next video, we're going to show you the most disturbing type of verses that compiled in the Quran. Stay tuned for that as well. And guys, I forgot to mention really quickly that there is numerous threats. There are numerous threats of sexual violence, physical violence, the quality of life for the staff, the headmistress, and parents who are non-Muslim are being attacked and deteriorated day by day, guys. And that is not right. And at the end of the day, guys who are out there in the UK and London and know more about what's happening on the ground floor, we're from the USA, so we're not really 100% sure about the actual practical day-by-day things that you guys are seeing. Please let us know in the comments what's going on and what you guys think. Remember, guys, the marks that are coming out of these schools, the academic merit that these children are achieving in an underprivileged neighborhood is insane. And I am so glad. But remember something, guys. The voices come when no one is looking, the whispers, especially when children are at the playground. Now put it like this, you have a little baby girl that's wearing a hijab, and then you have another little baby girl that's not wearing a hijab. Now what does she think? She say to herself, hey, why are you not wearing a hijab? She's like, I'm not Muslim. Oh, but that's the way life should be. You have to follow Allah, you have to follow the divine rules. You have to follow the code of conduct. It becomes a cognitive dissonance in the children, and it starts bullying and harassment when teachers are not around and adults are not around, and then conflict happens between the children. And this is how things stir up in a very negative space, because when they're home and they're in their communities, the children are being pressured by parents and community members to be able to push and implement this type of Islamic agenda and Islamic ideology among people. One time, my wife and I were at the airport, and because of the way she was dressed, regular clothes, guys, a woman had her daughter with her, and her daughter said, "Mommy, why is she not wearing any clothes?" And I looked at the little girl like, "What? What are you talking about? Just because she wasn't gowned up in a burqa? Like, are you serious?" But the child is not to be blamed. The child is being brainwashed and have these type of barbaric ideals being ingrained in her head because of the parents. And who do we have to thank for this? Camel piss drinking rapist Muhammad, who's being lashed and beaten by Satan himself for all the lies and destruction he did. That terrible garbage prophet. Oh my God. Guys, I wish Muhammad never existed. The things that he did, the plague that he sent on mankind is insane, that garbage man. These people are protesting because this is what they want. They want jihad warriors. This is a secular school. This is a democratic, secular society that is creating valuable members of society who will be able to accomplish all their dreams and goals. But Islam is against dreams and goals. Islam is a pessimistic ideology. It is a curse. It is a pathogen that needs to be gotten rid of, that needs to be exiled. This barbaristic type of mentality that they want the children to have is similar to this fellow, right? Why? Because education gives you power. So when they fight the children, when they fight the schools to try to implement prayer and implement more Islamic customs, what it's doing is it's honing and molding the children's mind into a more military type of approach, right? Where the women are going to agree with jihad type of approaches once they get older, and Sharia law approaches, because they know once the child becomes more intelligent and they are being taught secular ideals and they're realizing, maybe what I'm being taught at home or the communities is the wrong thing and Islam is wrong. And, maybe they found Jesus from another fellow student or another fellow student's parents, but automatically they're going to get beaten, lashed, especially if you're a girl, you're going to get this brown girl, you're especially going to get this horrible treatment from the community and your parents. So it becomes a very frightening, scare tactic type of dilemma for the children, right? And at the end of the day, they know that secularism is going to take them away from the Islamic ideology. So that's why they hate it, because secularism is against Islam. They are not compatible, like oil and water. And they know that, guys. They know that. So their goal is, if they can take over the school and educate the children just a little bit so they can have some sort of sense, but make sure the Quran and the Hadiths and the Tafsirs are all the main source of everything, then they'll be happy. UK, Britain, London, when are you guys going to stand up? Australia, what happened to Mari? When are you guys going to stand up and fight against Islam? You are going to lose your country, London. 50% of it is already lost if you guys do not fight against it intellectually and try to dismantle this madness. It is going to get worse. And once they take over the country, Britain is no longer what it once was. Secularism, democracy is all gone. And the irony, guys, I keep telling you, the reason they use the Dawa antics, the soft spot antics, is because they want their social security. They want their pension. They want those free rent paid for free. They want the food stamps. I'm not sure what it's called in London, but that's what it's called over here in America. But they want all that government benefits. You have all these people that are influx of people coming from all over neighboring nations. And the irony is that the people that the UK is extracting into their own country, I see that here in America too, but we're just talking about UK for now, is the garbage of the other country. So actually, the UK government is cleaning up the streets of foreign countries by bringing in filth, rapists, murderous, extremists, and bringing it into their own country, and they are destroying the community and the people, all for helping them. Helping them do what? I think the politicians have lost their minds. And the mayor, I assume that you guys said that he's Muslim, and that doesn't make any matters. That makes matters even worse, right? And at the end of the day, guys, remember what I told you in the last video. Saudi Aramco is the biggest corporation in the world. They make more money than Google, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft. It's nothing. That oil money is so strong. The dark money, the shadow money. The relationship between Richard Nixon and the Saudi government that happened a century ago, changed the lives forever of the Muslims. That's why no president or politician can attack them. The money is too much. Because oil is priced in US dollars, it is a mutual beneficial relationship between the US dollar and the Saudis' pockets of making them rich. That's why they don't tax their citizens, because they don't need to. The amount of money that's coming in, they can just do whatever they want and build tall buildings and do all kind of crazy things. Remember, you have to watch where the money's being funneled, because they're the ones. Same thing that Iran is doing. Iran is funneling the money to the terrorist groups because they want to attack Israel and try to dismantle Israel. Pay attention to where the money is, and pay attention to these Saudis. The Islamic type of forces want to buy property, because once they own land and property, they've taken over your country. That is the secret. So once they buy real estate and they buy land, you're finished, because you're living in now an Islamic property owned state, guys. Pay attention to it. For drawing cartoons, they're killing people. That professor that got his head chopped off for showing freedom of speech and showing the cartoons, are we going to stand for that? Is that okay? Just because you draw a cartoon of Prophet Muhammad, the garbage and filth of Arabia, that allows you to be killed? And because you speak against Islam and show the proof that there's more than 20 plus versions of the Quran and it's not been preserved and it's just a garbage book, what, they're going to try to go kill Hatun Tasha? Come on, guys, we have to stop this. You have to put an end to it. But people need to pay attention and protest intellectually. And they need to realize, remember, fire does not fight fire. Only water can fight fire, right? And it starts with trying to clear up all the lies Muslims are taught by the Islamists, right? Guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's video.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.